Hi, welcome back to my channel. In today's book review, The Girl with the Yellow Star by Natalie Meg Evans, we are going to talk about a very, very good historical fiction book. Natalie Meg Evans writes fabulous books. In fact, before I start telling you about this book, I'd like to just mention some of the other books that I have read by her. And I'm just looking down because I'm looking at my iPad. By Natalie Meg Evans, I have read The Italian Girl's Secret, The Paris Girl, and Into the Burning Dawn. It looks like, for some reason, I didn't read The Italian Girl's Secret. I'm not sure why, but I think it was 5 stars. So when I got the opportunity to read The Girl with the Yellow Star, it was a no-brainer, I guess. Is that the word I'm looking for? It was. Actually, I'm going to tell you something. When I get books for blog tours or for review or a request, and I see a certain author's name, I don't bother to read the blurb. When it's time to read the book, I don't bother to read the blurb. I just go in blind because I know I'm going to be in for a treat. And that's exactly what happens in this book, The Girl with the Yellow Star. Now, we have our character. Her name is, I think, Gwennon. Let me double check her name. I want to make sure I'm saying it right. Gwenna Devorin, okay, or Deveron, okay? Her name is Gwenna. Now, Gwenna is a widow. It's 1943 Cornwall, England, and she agrees to house 2 refugees, a mother and her daughter. And when she arrives at the train station, she only sees the little girl, Lottie, 10 years old. Well, what happened to Lottie's mother? Well, Lottie's mother tragically perished on that train ride to that country area where they would have been protected by Gwenna and others who cared about these refugees. So what does Gwenna do? Gwenna has no choice but to take Lottie back home because that was her original intent. Sadly, Lottie won't say a word at all. She acts mute. And then, while Gwenna is trying to break through to reach Lottie, she's also trying to run her farm alone because I think I mentioned that she's a widow. And she has requested some girls to come help on the farm. And she does have a couple of people working for her, but she requests additional help. Well, she gets that help in a strange form. She gets that help in the form of German soldiers who are prisoners of war. They are to work for Gwenna on this farm, and then every evening they go back to wherever they're being imprisoned. Now, among these German soldiers is a German soldier that was in the German Navy, and his name was Max. Okay? Now, quite naturally, Max should be the enemy because he was a German soldier. But as time bears on, Gwenna learns that Max totally disagreed with the Nazi cause to the point that he joined a different form of military to be as far away from the Nazi influence as he could. Nonetheless, he was captured, and now he, as mentioned, is a prisoner. Now, Gwenna starts to have feelings, but these feelings are confusing to her because he should be the enemy. But then the other part of the story is, remember, Lottie won't speak? Well, at some point, Lottie starts to converse with Max in German. But the German language was banned I don't want to hear anything in that language. But Gwenna is just so shocked that Lottie is speaking that she kind of lets whatever is developing between Lottie and Max go on because it's bringing Lottie out of that shell of shock and devastation at her mother's death. And that is the backdrop, the story, the compelling, heartbreaking, heart-wrenching story of Gwenna, Lottie, and yes, Max. Now, this is a story that deals with certain things. Obviously, it's courage because Lottie survived something devastating. Courage with Gwenna because she's going on after her husband's death. Courage for Max because he did not agree with the cause of the Nazi regime. But it's also one about love. How Gwenna and Lottie grow closer and closer together, and what brings Lottie out of that dark place where she could not communicate. And also, one thing I liked about this story is there was more to it as to why Lottie would not speak when she was rescued by Gwenna. There's more to it. But I'll leave that little tidbit for you to find out why Lottie wouldn't speak. Now, this book was a little bit different because, and I say that a lot when I talk about historical fiction. I say that a lot. But this book was different because I don't know, honestly, if I've ever read a book where some of the central characters were German prisoners of war. You've heard about the Jews being captured or the Nazi soldiers or invasions and the resistance. But this was a different look, a different take. And I love that when authors go into a different direction, but they're still writing about World War II. So if you like historical fiction and you want to read about fearlessness and love and courage and strength and people growing together despite opposite opinions and danger even, because the war was still going on, then you won't go wrong with The Girl with the Yellow Star. And let me tell you, there's no way for you not to fall in love with little Lottie. She's just a doll. And it's heartbreaking to read her story, but it's heartwarming to see where she goes in this story. So that is The Girl with the Yellow Star by Natalie Meg Evans. I highly recommend it, and I will let you know. I'm pretty sure you can get it on Kindle Unlimited, but I'm double checking really quickly. Yes, the price for the book is actually, only 99 cents, or you can use your Kindle Unlimited subscription. Either way, if you like historical fiction, you won't go wrong with this one. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.